How's everyone doing? Today I have a Blu-ray and DVD mail day with 9 pickups right here. And if you've seen any of them, definitely let me know what you think of them as well. Thumbnail face. Alright, I have to do that obligatory little shot right there for the thumbnail. I think it's kind of funny, but now I'm kind of doing it ironically. I don't know, it's become part of my videos now. I hope you guys don't mind it too much. But first up from Warner Brothers is Lost River. This is the directorial debut of Ryan Gosling, and you could definitely tell he was influenced by Nicholas Winding Refn. Some of the shots definitely remind me of some of his films, but this one is a little bit more fluid. Some people said it was kind of like an art house film. I don't think it's quite to that level. I think it's definitely the plot and the pacing work, I think, really well, but there are some things that I can't say that's a great film, but I think it's a decent directorial debut. It's something I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more from Ryan Gosling as a director. There were some things that I didn't like about it, but again, it's very stylistically shot. I definitely enjoyed that. Again, that was something that kind of reminded me of Nicholas Winding Refn, and I think the acting was decent on here. There was one scene that really kind of caught me off guard. There's a couple shots in here that it's going towards the phases, or going through the motions essentially, and then all of a sudden it gets a little bit violent, and then I'm like, okay. And I really liked some of the, there's social commentary to this as well. Industrialization, expansion, things like that. And, there's the river that's underground, or there's the town that's underground right there from the river, which is why they call it Lost River. And I did like the acting performances in here. I am looking forward to more from it. I've heard some negative criticism for this movie. Like I said, for me, I would give it probably about a 7.5. I really did enjoy it, but I didn't love it. It was like there's certain things there that I think could have been improved upon, but I think it's definitely a little bit more faster paced than some of the what you would call quote-unquote art house films. So I think that kind of lends itself more to a mainstream audience. But I did enjoy it. I think it was... the only thing, one more criticism I have is the ending. I wanted a little bit more from the ending, like where you're going to go from there. They didn't really kind of, complete that. I don't necessarily need everything spoon-fed to me, but I wanted some kind of closure to it. Something to, there's actually one more shot at the very end after the credits as well, because I always do that now. I always, fast forward through the credits and wait to see if there's another shot. There's a quick, one shot. But, again, I like the social commentary. That was one of the things that stood out and very stylistically shot. But I would have liked to see a little bit more from the ending. And why the heck, the lead guy right there, his name is, the lead villain, his name is Bully. And there's all these people that are afraid of him. I'm like, he's like some kid. He looks like a kid. Like, if I saw him walking down the street, I wouldn't, be afraid of him. I mean, I don't know. They could have had a more villainous character, although the actions of what he does is very cruel and violent. But, he's just one dude, and he's got, the henchmen. But yeah, what he does to the henchmen, and there's another scene here, what he does to, I think Nick was the name, what he does to Nick. Right there, and then you have the female character named Rat, and then the lead guy right there, his name is Bones. He's always looking for copper. His home is getting ready to be foreclosed on, and he lives in an area where all these houses are going under and people are moving out. There's really nobody left, and the houses are being destroyed, and some people are lighting the houses on fire. But so he's always going through abandoned areas and looking for copper, and Bully, he has a confrontation with Bully, and that kind of, pushes the envelope right there, and you know what's going to happen there. There's going to be a showdown. Next up is Cymbeline right here. This is from Lionsgate. The cast really drew me in on this one. You've got Ethan Hawke, who I'm a big fan of, Ed Harris, Mila Jovovich, John Leguizamo, Dakota Johnson, a few other recognizable faces in here as well. And this is an adaptation from William Shakespeare's Cymbeline, which is not, I wouldn't say, it's one of his, I'm not going to say obscure, but one of his lesser known ones. It's basically a modern adaptation. And I actually did not know this going in. I kind of went into this blind. I'm like, what? So it's modern day. They've got, Apple products, MacBooks and cell phones and all kinds of stuff like that, and machine guns, but they're using Old English, which I think is going to turn a lot of people off. I don't think that really lent itself to this film. I think actually this film could have been a lot better with just modern day language. I don't think it really worked at all, Arth, Douth, blah, 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 blah. You could follow it, but there's a couple little things here and there that the Old English just doesn't really transfer over as well. But for the most part, you can understand what's going on. But I think it will be a big turnoff for a lot of people. And, yeah, I mean, this has been done before. In fact, the director in here, what is his name? Michael Almeretta, I'm sorry. He did Hamlet with Ethan Hawke a while back, which was another modern adaptation. And John Leguizamo was in Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet, which was again another modern adaptation. So this has been done before, but better. Cymbeline was kind of a disappointment overall. Again, I think it just didn't feel. I don't know. Those other films, they weren't as modernized as this one was, with all the different product placement and stuff like that in there. I'm not saying it was intentional, but it's everyday life, and it just felt way more out of place. And just the literature for back at the time was poetic. It just doesn't transfer over like that in these days, and the things that happen are just too convoluted into actions. I think this would have worked a lot better with just a modern language and just kind of tighter knit. Overall, the acting performances were decent, and this is something I probably won't ever watch again, though. That's what I can say about it. I really did like the acting performances, but it just didn't work well together with that adaptation. Next up is Girlhood, which this is a French film, and it's basically set in Paris, I believe. And I haven't seen this one yet. Looking forward to checking it out. It's about a girl who's going through struggles, and it's a coming-of-age story. And she finds 3 girlfriends right there, and they go through the different phases of becoming women and finding themselves. And I think she changes her name as well. So there you go. Looking forward to checking that one out. And this is from Strand Releasing, and they've been putting out a lot of really good films. They put out what was the name of the one with Joseph Gordon-Levitt? Mysterious Skin. They also put out another one which I mentioned recently. What was the name of that one? I have it over here somewhere. I don't know where it is, but it was a really good film. It was a German film. It was really kind of crazy and over the top, but I love what they're doing as far as the release. They've really put out some great films, so I'm definitely looking forward to that because of that. Next up, this is from Anchor Bay right here. This is the 30th anniversary of Silent Night, Deadly Night, which I was able to get signed up right here from the lead, Robert Brian Wilson, as well as 2 of the producers right there, Scott Schneid and Dennis Whitehead. They signed on the back. I would have preferred for them to sign on the front. And it would have been great if they signed in Silver Sharpie as well. It would have stood out a little bit more. But hey, I love this film. And there's some new audio commentary on here, which is the main thing that I'm looking for. I think everything else was just already on the previous Anchor Bay DVD release, which I have, which is out of print for a while. But I'm still going to hold on to that, even though I have the Blu-ray now. But yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out the new audio commentary. I wish there would have been commentary with Robert Brian Wilson as well. That would have been really cool. But I love this one. All-time classic slasher right here. Probably the best Christmas slasher out there. Absolutely love this one. This is one is so quotable. Punish. And then the Linnea Quigley death was fantastic. The grandpa scene always cracks me up to me. I love that scene. You better run, boy. You better run for your life. He goes there, and the grandfather's like comatose, and then he goes there with the family and the little kid, and the family walks away for a minute. And it's just the little kid and the grandpa. All of a sudden, he kind of talks to him, and kind of a freaky scene. But yeah, this is just a kid tormented. His parents get killed by a killer dressed up as Santa Claus, and he grows up in an orphanage, and the nuns are really cruel. There's Mother Superior, and he just kind of snaps and starts killing people. And there's so many great scenes in here. This is the original unrated cut. Very happy to have this one signed up as well, right there. So can't wait to check out the new audio commentary for it. Love the heck out of this film. If you haven't seen it and you're a fan of 80s slashers, or the slasher genre in general, highly recommend Silent Night, Deadly Night. Of course, this got a lot of criticism from Roger Ebert as well, Ebert and Roper, so that kind of put it on the forefront as well. A lot of people going against it because they were showing, I guess, commercials for it, on mainstream television and things like that. Santa Claus killing people, freaking kids out. But I love the heck out of it. Next up are 2 releases coming up from Arrow Video US. They're distributed in the US by MVD Visual. And this one right here is limited to, this is Retaliation, it's limited to 3,000 copies. And tons of special features in here. I really love what Arrow Video is doing. I'm so glad they're putting out releases for the US now. Retaliation is a Yakuza film from, I haven't seen this one yet, but it says it's gritty, cynical, hard-boiled precursor to pictures of the 1970s. I think this came out in 1969. So looking forward to checking this one out. It is region-free. And Arrow Video does a fantastic job as far as their transfers, the special features, the clear case, the packaging-wise. It comes with a booklet, reversible artwork as well. There's the first disc. It's a 2-disc set, and there's the second disc. Unique artwork on each disc. And I'll go ahead and show you the booklet as well. I love the newly commissioned artwork that they do as well. And when you reverse it, you can usually have the classic artwork and lots of information in the booklet as well. And I'll go ahead and show you the reversible artwork right there, which I think looks pretty cool, honestly. But I think I'm going to go with the new artwork right there. Although I do like the original artwork, but I like everything that they do as a company. Has been excellent. Again, definitely one of the best companies out there worldwide releasing films. And I just can't say how pleased that I am that they're finally releasing over here in the U.S. They were releasing a lot of films that initially were like region free, but now most of the ones are region locked over there in the UK. So when they're coming over here, I'm like, yes, I can't wait. Can't wait for them to put out so many more releases. I hope that they're able to with as far as licensing and rights and things like that. Next up is The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll Mrs Osborne. This one right here is a brand new 2K restoration. Tons of special features on here again. And this is basically another take on Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde right here, and it's about an engagement party, and then outside of the engagement party people are being raped and murdered, and they're trying to find out who it is and what the reason is. And of course, you know, you can kind of know what's going on right here. Dr. Jekyll's going off to his laboratory all the time. I wonder what's going on. And this right here has a special edition, includes Hemorrhagia, a short film made in homage to Boratsk, I'm probably saying that incorrectly, by Marina and Alessio Pereira. So there we go. And it stars Udo Kier as well. And there's the first disc. And there's the second disc. No unique disc artwork on that one, but there you go. And here we go is the booklet. Really nice thick booklet. Tons of information in here. And let's see. And it's in basically the reversible artwork is just the French language right there. So, and the same image, but the French language text on there. And I am looking forward to checking this one out as well. Looking forward to seeing the new 2K restoration. Very excited for. They have a great slate of releases coming up as well. Arrow Video for the US. And next up from Lionsgate is Roommate Wanted with Alexa Vega. I saw the trailer for this. The trailer at first was kind of cracking me up. They're basically two female roommates. You know, one is supposed to be a slut. And one of the ones, the girl says, "I'm going to beat the slut out of you." That just cracked me the heck up. And then the very next, I can't remember what it was, the very next thing was something like kind of trivial. It was like, "Did you wear my shirt?" or something like that. I'm like, what? And then there's another scene in the trailer where they're putting the pet dog in a snake container thing. Oh, she said something like, "Oh, Ernesto needs to be fed," or something like that. I can't remember the name of the snake or the dog or whatever. But I was like, holy moly, this is kind of crazy and over the top. But basically, it's just two female roommates going at it. One snaps, and you know, there's fights, and it's craziness. There's a bunch of different movies like this. There's Roommate. There's Single White Female was probably the biggest, well-known one. And then there's, I think, a couple other films with the same title, Roommate Wanted. So I am looking forward to checking this one out. It looks like it's going to be crazy. And some cat fights. Next up is Duck Dynasty Season 7. This is the 2-disc collection right here. And this is from A&E and distributed by Lionsgate. 10 episodes on 2 discs. And it includes 20 minutes of special features never before seen on TV. And let me see if I can just open this real quick and just show you the disc artwork, because I know you want to see it. Alright, nice swing tray. There's disc 1. And there is disc 2. The cast right there. So they were in the news not too long ago with some of their comments made, and I think they were off air for a little bit as well. So lots of controversy with them. And next up is Island of Death. This is basically like a screener copy with a check disc is what they call it. What they send over before they have finished product for Arrow Video US. This is region free right here. And you can check out the film and check out the transfer and things like that, and the special features as well. So you can do a review for it that way. But part of Arrow Video's, again, this is Island of Death, and I'm looking forward to this release as far as the packaging wise as well. But you know, part of their packaging is what really is a big seller for Arrow Video as well. Again, you've got the great transfer and special features all the time, but the clear case, the reversible artwork, the booklet, I love it. It's basically, they're a combination of what I would consider Scream Factory and Criterion Collection. So lots of cult films, horror films, and I love it. One of my favorite companies out there worldwide, one of the best. So there you go. There's my Blu-ray and DVD collection update. When I see the rest of the ones in there, I'll do a more proper review for them. But if you've seen the films, definitely let me know what you think of them as well. Leave me a comment or video response down below. Hope everyone's doing well. Take care.